everybody, and welcome
Hi.
to Jules TV episode 10. Today, I'm fangirling a little bit. With me, hi Grace, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I am so excited. I have so many great questions to ask you. So, just first off, do you want to start by introducing yourself and your socials and where everyone can find you?
Yeah, of course. So, hey guys, my name is Grace. My YouTube channel is Grace Ariya or Aria. People say one or the other. And yeah, that's where you can find me on YouTube. I also have Instagram. It's literally just the same, Grace Ariya. And I mean, I've got Pinterest, TikTok, but we do not need to go into all of them.
All the things.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Please go check out all of Grace's socials. They are linked down below. Her YouTube channel, so cute. Instagram, amazing. Like, please go check her out. You're gonna love it. So, I just wanted to start off by talking about YouTube a little bit. So, you are kind of infamous for your amazing week of uploads. So, I was just telling Grace before we went live that I actually started watching Grace from her first week of uploads. And I'm currently like trying to plan one of my own. So I like need your tips because you inspired me to do this. So how do you plan them out? How do you edit them? How do you film them? I just want to hear everything with the week of uploads.
Okay, so I think it's really important to like time manage. So the one that I just did most recently, that was in my spring break or my Easter holidays. So we had 2 weeks off. So I spent the first week kind of filming, editing, kind of coming up with the ideas, uploading them, all that fun stuff. And then by the first Monday, I had like half of the videos already. I could just, press publish and they'd be ready to go. So I uploaded all of the 7 videos in the second week. So I kind of had like a week plus to kind of just prepare myself. And yeah, I took a week off uploading to do that, which I don't know if that's, but I guess
that makes sense though. No, I get that.
Yeah.
It balances out.
Yeah. And yeah, I just kind of did it. Came up with 7 ideas. As you said, the first one, I did that all fashion related. But then this one, I'm still into fashion, but I kind of prefer like vlogs and that kind of thing now. So it's a bit more chilled, this one, a bit more like whatever I fancy. But it was cute. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was so awesome. I loved it so much. Do you think that like having a theme like your fashion one is easier or harder for a week of uploads?
I think I honestly think that having a theme probably wouldn't recommend it as much, just because then you're pushing out 7 videos to your subscribers. And if some of my subscribers say aren't as much into fashion as they are like productivity, but they're being spammed with fashion videos, they might like unsubscribe or just not watch. And I don't know. I would probably say no theme. And also on reflection from my first one, which was way back, it was a bit of a mess anyways. The videos weren't as good. The videos were kind of similar. I only have so many clothes I can make videos with. So it kind of got a bit like samey.
Right. That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought of that. Because like, I know both of us were kind of like, I don't really have much of a niche. I just like to make videos about whatever the heck I feel like making videos about. So that's a really, really good point. And you're right. It does provide a little bit of variety onto the channel and like, more,
and then you have more like hope of getting onto like the recommended page and everything.
Right, that's so true. So I'm wondering, do you think that it helped out, the week of uploads helped grow your channel a lot?
This is a good question. So the first one that I did, I'm sorry, I keep going back to it, but the first one that I did, I actually did a video at the end of the week where I kind of like compared. Do you remember that? Yeah, I did that. And I think in the first one, it wasn't like actually that beneficial. Maybe it's just because my channel was smaller or they weren't like good quality videos. But this one, I think it was a bit different. I think I grew about 200 subscribers, 150 maybe, in that week, which I don't know if that might not sound like a lot to some people, but for like the size of my
for YouTube, that's really good. That's really good.
And I also hit 7,000 in this week as well. So that was like, it felt good. Maybe that made it feel better, but I think it was good, And my views, I feel like at the beginning of the week, they were really high. Like my first video, I think it's now on like 2,000 views or something, which for my channel is quite crazy, But as I like went through the week, it kind of got less, as to be expected. I'm doing 7 videos, But then after they'd all like come out, they kept getting views afterwards as people kind of caught up, you know. But no, they did definitely boost my channel views. Maybe that's because it was like spring break, but I think it was fun, and yeah, it was beneficial, I guess.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I really loved, because I remember I was watching the first week of uploads, and I was like just wondering like, hey, like, does this help your channel? And I was so glad when you had created that other video. And like, I feel like not many people talk about like YouTube analytics so much unless you're a YouTube growing channel. But I really like appreciated that you did that, because when I was watching, I was super small. Like, I still am obviously, but I was really, really small channel. I didn't know much about like analytics or anything like that. And watching that video like really helped me. And that was so great. Do you also think, do you also think that timing plays an important role in doing a week of uploads?
Do you mean like what time you upload, or just time management?
No, like, because you did yours over break. Did you notice like, or do you think it's better over summer or things like that, or just random weeks?
I feel like it'd be bad to do it in a school week. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've posted 2 videos since my week of uploads finished, and the views on those have been like quite bad. Like, they're both 10 out of 10, you know, on the little ranking system. So I think doing it in half term was definitely like the way to go. I've never done one in summer. The first one that I did was in quarantine, so I guess kind of counts as summer maybe, but it was like April time. So I have never done one in summer. Maybe I will this year. Who knows? But I can't really tell you. But I guess if people are like at home more, then views will probably be up. But then it also depends if people are like out on holidays and seeing friends and that sort of thing. Honestly, quarantine was probably the best time to do it, because that's when everyone's just like watching a bunch of YouTube.
Right. Yeah. That's a really good point. I know I was for sure.
Me too.
Yes. So I wanted to kind of shift over a little bit and talk about working with brands, because girl, you were doing just so well. And I have been wanting to ask you questions about this for so long. So what was it like the first time that you received PR as like a micro influencer?
It was crazy. The first brand that I received PR from was Good Molecules. Do you know the brand?
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really crazy because I'd never worked with any brands before, and it wasn't just like oh, can we gift you like a skincare product? They were like, oh, we'd love to have you on our PR list, and I was like, what? Like, I was quite.
That's crazy.
I was definitely very, very small on YouTube at the time, but you know how I had my bigger Instagram before. So I think maybe that's where they found me. I genuinely have no idea. It was crazy. I don't really know what I did to deserve it either, but yeah, it was
so
crazy.
Awesome. Yeah. And then like kind of related to that, what are some of your tips for like creating more lasting relationships with brands?
You know, I'm still not the best at like brand work. I still don't have much experience, but I guess I just try and create like the best quality content. You know what I mean? Like the best quality that I can do, and like be slightly more creative, I guess, just so that the content that you're giving back to the brand is like looking good for them. It's like beneficial for them. Because I mean, there's only so much you can do to help like the statistics and the numbers and that sort of thing. But if you're giving like quality content, I guess that's like a good sign for the brand.
Yeah, so, that's awesome. And I feel like this is kind of similar, but like I know it can be a little bit hard to pitch your YouTube channel or your Instagram, especially when you are a little bit smaller of a channel or Instagrammer. So do you have any tips for like pitching yourself and your brand?
Well, I haven't done this too much, but I have definitely spoke to Liv quite a lot about how to do this. And I think one thing that we kind of just talk about a lot of the time is selling yourself as having something unique. Maybe like it's something really small. I mean, I don't really know what my unique thing is, but if you can find like a selling point, you know what I mean? And also show like your previous brand work, because you can then kind of give the brand an idea of what they're going in for instead of just like, you know, taking a chance on you.
That's really good to know. Guys, everyone watching at home, write this down, take some notes. That's awesome. I love that. So next up, I wanted to talk a little bit about time management because I know that you are super good at like managing social media and school and things like that. So how like when your hobby and just like what you love is on social media, how do you manage time away from it?
Like away from social media. Okay. So I guess I kind of see my life in like 3 different channels, if this makes sense. I have my school, I have my like YouTube sort of stuff, and then I have like my social life. And I guess it's really difficult to manage all of them. Obviously, YouTube is like so time consuming. I'm sure you know, like a lot goes into it. So once that time's kind of been taken out, and then obviously I'm at school like 8:30 till 4. That's a whole other chunk of time out. So I guess outside of that, I just have to manage it between like homework and revision and social. I usually try and like see my friends on the Friday evenings and also on Sundays. So I kind of have like 2 set times to meet them. Not that like we will plan our life around my YouTube channel, obviously. I don't mean that. But like that's just kind of when we do stuff anyways. Saturday is like a YouTube kind of day or like morning. And then schoolwork just kind of like whenever I can. I try and be as productive as possible after school and during school so I don't have too much to do. But yeah, it's not always the most successful. I still need a bit of practice.
No, that's good to know because I know sometimes it can get a little muddy, like telling between school and YouTube. And like there's always that one time, like I'm in that time right now where I'm like studying for finals and exams. And I'm like, I really have to study, but I really want to edit this video. So what do I do? Like there's always that. And I think it's just you just have to do it more. That just is like experience. The more you do it, the more you figure out how to manage it. But I always know that you are so good with that. And also like your to-do lists on your Instagram stories are I feel like that is your thing, girl. Like to-do lists are your thing.
Like it used to be, you know. I don't really do them so much anymore because I feel like there was a time where every single person's story that I would go on, like there was a to-do list. And as much as I love that, I just feel like I kind of was growing up and kind of like switching how I wanted to use Instagram. I didn't want to use it so much as like an app to motivate me to get my stuff done. I wanted to use it for like inspo and like cute pics, outfit pics, that sort of thing. So I think I stopped doing them so much when I just kind of got not fed up of seeing them, but I just like didn't want to be adding to it anymore. I still do them from time to time, you know. I still love them, don't get me wrong.
That's so great. Love that. And like I know your Instagram, I kind of just want to talk about your Instagram feed right now because I'm getting the green vibes a little and it is
the 3 recent posts have been a little bit green.
So good. It is so good. So how do you plan out your Instagram feed?
Okay, so I used to be like really always stressed and like worrying about and anxious about my Instagram feed. I wanted it to like look like my favorite creators' Instagram feeds. I wanted it to be like all matchy and aesthetic, but I just feel like that first of all that takes such a long time, and second of all I kind of take most of my Instagram pictures myself. I mean my mum, you know, she tries but it's not like her forte, you know? So I'm kind of like doing it on my own. And so it's just like not really doable to be like at, you know, that level right now. So then I was like, hang on, like this is actually getting out of hand. Why am I spending so long worrying about what my Instagram looks like? And so I think it was like a month or 2 ago, I was just like, okay, I'm going to go for like the artsy photo dump, that sort of route. And I thought like my feed is going to look ridiculous. But I actually kind of like the more natural like look to it. So if I'm honest, I don't really plan. I have a feed planner app and I just have like 2 or 3 like photos in there, but it's not like, oh, that one's in there, I'll post that on Monday in that order at that time. I just kind of like, if I get a photo, I'll add it in, see how it looks. I do have a filter though, which I apply to every single one and then just kind of make some adjustments. I've had this preset like a year or 2 now. I don't know, like I just kind of made it and I'm stuck with it. But other than that, it's just a bit of a mess.
No, I love your feed right now. And I totally get what you're saying because I used to be the same way. And I was like, wait, well, if I post this on the other day, then the colors will match better. And I'm like, what am I doing? And then I just was like not looking forward to posting on Instagram because I was like stressed.
It's just silly, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's Instagram. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, no one really cares that much.
Mhm.
And yeah, I get what you're saying. And like, I'm the same way. I started doing like more of a natural preset, and
Yeah.
it's like you can really barely tell that it's there. And that's kind of what I'm liking right now as
Yeah,
well.
just natural.
Yeah, because
But I feel like that's more spring summer vibes as well. Like the
totally.
natural, the good lighting is just all there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And like, I used to edit, my photos used to be pretty edited, and I still love that kind of style, but I was thinking like, that's not very realistic to
Yeah.
have super edited photos. And like, if it's hard to tell like the actual colors of the photo or what you actually look like, then maybe I should like tone it down a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know natural is the way to go. I love it.
It is.
I think it looks so great.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so now I wanted to move on to our rapid fire questions. Okay, so I'm so excited for the rapid fire questions. This is my favorite part. So I have a countdown up here for 60 seconds, and I have 10 rapid fire questions to ask you. So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. If we run out of time, it's okay. It's all right. All right, so let me start the timer. So first question, do you like Deja Vu or Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo?
I prefer Deja Vu.
And then what is your current favorite color?
Oh, green. This week it's been green.
I love it. And what is your current favorite skincare product?
Oh, the one I'm using quite a lot at the moment is the CeraVe foaming face wash. It's so good.
Oh my God, me too. Love it. Next up, this might be a little bit of a spoiler. I don't even know if you know this, but what is going to be your next video?
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking like a vlog. I kind of wanted to vlog tomorrow because it's like bank holiday, spring. We'll see.
Love it. Can't wait. Next up, what is one item that you cannot live without?
Oh my gosh, my phone.
Yep. What are some of your hobbies other than YouTube?
Ooh, I love baking. I'm gonna do that later today.
So exciting. And then do you prefer sunrises or sunsets?
Sunsets, always.
Yep. And then last one, current favorite song?
Oh, I'm loving a bit of Taylor Swift, especially Mr. Perfectly Fine. Have you heard that one?
I have not. I don't really listen to Taylor Swift that much.
No. I don't know what happened. One day I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to Taylor Swift. And ever since, I just have not stopped.
I know. I don't know why. Do you know? I think they're the Haim sisters or the Haim sisters.
Think so.
Okay, because I know they have a few songs with Taylor Swift, and I was watching like a Vogue YouTube video, and Haim was on there, and I was like, wait, I want to listen to the song, and like one of their songs was with Taylor Swift. It was really good, but I don't know, I just haven't listened to hers much anymore.
Well, I would definitely recommend.
Okay, I will. I'll look up some after this. Okay, so next up, I wanted to move on to some live questions. All right, so I asked you guys some questions on Instagram that you had for Grace. And also, if you're watching right now, you can just put some questions for Grace in the chat box. They don't have to be social media related. They can be literally about anything. And yeah, we will read off some. So the first live question was, what are some of your favorite brands to shop at?
Oh, okay. So recently I've just been getting so much more into like shopping. It's getting really out of hand. It's a pricey habit.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like ASOS. That's just where I go to shop. I really like the basic stuff. Actually, this is like from their basics, and it's my favorite jumper at the moment.
The cutest.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
On ASOS, I also really like Stradivarius. I'm not sure if that's like the right way to pronounce it. But also I keep seeing a bunch of TikToks about H&M summer collection. So I'm definitely going to get on that. And recently I went shopping to London with my friends, and we went to Urban Outfitters, and I've never really shopped in there before, but I just saw some bits, and I was taking quite a few photos. So, and Zara, love Zara as well. Those are probably my favorites.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I am in the US. I'm in New York right now. And so we have H&M, but I have traveled a few times to Europe because my dad goes back and forth, works there a little bit. And the H&M in Europe is just way better. It is way better. And it's so disappointing because like the one here, I'm like, oh, come on. I don't know. I feel like the one here is more like business and it has a lot of like blazers, which is great, but I just don't have a need for that. But
like
the
the
one
workwear.
yes, yeah. But like the one in Europe has
too. I keep seeing so I'm in the UK, England. I keep seeing TikToks of people doing H&M hauls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. And then I go onto my H&M app, and it's just like not there. And all these people are in like Europe, as you say. Obviously, I'm in Europe too, but other places in Europe. And I feel the same way. I'm like, why does my H&M not look like this?
Yeah,
but no, it's really good. It's cute. I used to shop there all the time, but I've kind of just drifted away. I might be going back.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we have a question from Zach. Zach, we love you. So he says, what would you say keeps you motivated with YouTube?
I would just say the fact that I enjoy it so much. I think that I don't force myself anymore to be like fully consistent. I used to have like an upload day, an upload time, and as much as I loved that, I loved how like routine it was just kind of stressful. And so now I don't really have an upload day, and like I was meant to upload something at some point this weekend, but I just haven't yet, and I don't have anything to upload yet. So I guess just kind of doing it when I want to do it and not forcing myself, it just makes it like fun all the time. So I guess
that's really good. I think that's what I'm currently working on right now because I'm a very scheduled person. And like, if I don't have a schedule, it's like a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm definitely working on trying the same thing when I'm inspired to channel that and go ahead and make some really cool videos. And we have another one from Zach. What can you see yourself doing? Or can you see yourself doing YouTube in the future?
Ooh. See, I've actually been thinking about this quite a lot recently because I'm in year 12 at school. I'm not really sure what that means in America, but it's like the
senior year, I think.
Okay. So we have started looking into like our universities, and the school are kind of like, asking questions like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And I'm just like I just can't picture that part of my life. But then I've been thinking about it, and like, when I go to university, like, am I still gonna do this? Like, because I want to, obviously it's my hobby, but I don't know is my answer to this, because I don't know what my life is gonna look like after next year. I want
totally
to.
get that.
I can't see myself quitting, if that makes sense. And I feel like if anything, after I move out of home, it might even be easier because I'm not so like restricted by my family, like, being home and that sort of thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure.
That's a really good point. Yeah, I am 1 year younger than you. So I'm year 11 and I'm doing the same thing. I'm starting to look at universities and stuff. And it's the same thing. It's like, will it be easier when I go to college or will it be harder? Like,
I don't know how the workload compares. Everyone says, quite a few people say that the A levels, which is what like we do in year 12 and 13 here, are more intense than like university, but I just can't like understand how it could get less intense. Not that I don't think it's intense now, but like as you get higher up, surely it just gets more. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. No, I definitely get that. Because I'm also like, when I'm in college, everyone goes to college and you don't know many people. You're making new friends. I'm like, will I be comfortable just vlogging in front of random people? Like that's another thing. Yeah, that I'm trying to work with.
Zach's previous question about motivation, I think it depends, because sometimes like I feel like highs and lows of like my relationship with YouTube and then my relationship with like my real life. So like I feel like recently I've been like more present in my real life since the rules are changing. Like, I'm seeing my friends more. I'm like having more fun like in real life. So I've been like less inclined to be online and posting all the time. I think that's another thing. It just depends how that goes as well.
I'm really, really glad that you said that, because like, when did you start your channel?
Okay, so it was late June, I think 2019.
Okay, so you've had it for wow. So you've had it for a bit. And like I started mine in quarantine, and that was like my main focus was just YouTube and just being online, being on Instagram, always editing and whatever. And now that things are starting to open up again, I'm going more into school. I can see my friends more. You're right. You kind of are separating a little bit from it, but you still have it there. You just don't know when you're gonna want to go back to it. And
yeah, fully.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
And then the last question I have, well, it wasn't me who asked this, but this was on Instagram. Have you ever been like bullied or made fun of for having a YouTube channel?
So do you remember when I uploaded the TikTok compilation? I don't know what the word is.
Compilation.
Compilation?
Yeah.
A bit of a mind blank there. That video. So then that bit, right? So basically, in my year, there's this like one boy who I just don't really get along with, and he's just not the nicest to me, you know. Anyways, it landed like in his recommended, and so he found it, and then obviously like he found the rest of my channel. Yeah. And so he told his friend, which obviously like all the lads of the year group, you know. So then like I feel like it kind of just spread. But now when I kind of talk to people, like there was a phase where everyone was just like saying like horrible things, not horrible things, but kind of like passive things. Like I'd walk down the corridor and him and his friends would be like, "Oh, hi, Grace Ariya," like that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, at first it really bugged me, but now I don't care.
That's good.
But no, I feel like ever since that kind of happened, more and more people have like found it, but it's kind of chill. Also, it's not like a big deal, if that makes sense, as in like no one actually cares. It's just kind of there. I also had one really funny experience where my maths teacher, or my tutor at the time, he found out and then he brought it up in the middle of our maths lesson, which was really interesting. But I wouldn't say that I was like properly bullied. I mean, I'm still going, so it didn't make me stop, you know?
Yeah.
No, I was really worried about it though, but it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I get that. And I also think it's like it's YouTube is very difficult. It's really difficult. And there's so many different aspects to wait, hold on. There's a weird echo. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So there's like so many different aspects that you have to just kind of teach yourself. From like filming to editing to being comfortable on camera and promoting and whatever. And like a lot of other people that like that kid probably couldn't do it. Probably couldn't.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I'm like, I work pretty hard for this, so I'm not gonna let one kid deter me from that.
It's crazy when you go back to like your old videos and you can just I feel like as a creator, you look at it and you just think, like, why did I edit like that? Why did I film like that? It's crazy to see how far and how much you've learned. Yeah.
I know, totally. And it's almost like I used to go back and watch my videos and I was like, oh my God, like what is she doing? But it's almost good to like cringe at your old videos because that's when I know that you're improving. You're improving a lot.
I've typed so many because I've just gone back and I'm like, I remember like I was so proud of that video at the time when I posted it. And now I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, like people actually like watched this and left nice comments. Like,
yes, I know. I
literally
know.
Crazy.
I saw this thing that someone posted on Instagram and it was like, if I look back on my life like 10 years ago and I don't cringe, then something's wrong. I was like, yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Good. That's so good because you're like, yeah, that means you didn't grow. And we want to grow.
Yeah.
So that's so awesome. I love that. So those are all of the questions that I have for you. Everybody at home, thank you for asking some awesome questions. Grace, thank you for coming on. This was so much fun. I'm so glad that I got to chat with you today. And yeah, please go check out all of Grace's socials. They will be linked down below. And we will see you next time.